Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. It's almost sundown. Wow. I'm getting ready to eat. Good evening, everybody. Excuse me. Yeah, I was looking. I noticed that it's about to start getting dark. Sundown. I've opted to take part in a global fast that's going on. It's taking place from August 29th through September 1st, from sun up to sundown. We're doing a water fast, and the name of the group is the Believers. So I actually heard this by way of another YouTuber, content creator, spiritual guidance, etc. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to do that. I'm going to try. So I mean, I fast often anyway, but as we all know, anytime you fast or whatever, it's like, oh my God, food, I need food. But for the glory of God, I'll definitely do it. Okay. Um, First of all, thank you all for tuning in to another segment of Message 10. As you all see in my description, I did say, or in the title itself, it's obedience only. I'm acting out of obedience, God led, for those of y'all who may not understand what that means. But yeah, I hear God's voice. I hear God telling me to do a thing, and I have to do it. I have been praying lately that I want God to work on me to you know um start, I guess, unctioning me more or pressuring me more when I get into a place when I'm like kind of hesitant or whatever. Sometimes I want to make sure I do hear God's voice, which is always smart. I mean, we always want to know and make sure that we're hearing from God and not the enemy, because that too is possible. You know what I mean? Or that we're not just listening to our own voice and our own desires or whatever. So I do want, I seek confirmation, and that's just, normal. And I know they got understand that. But like I say, I want, I pray that, what I mean, I stop being, so hesitant or delaying the thing or whatever. So that's one prayer. But anyway, I say I hear it, and I say this. Something. I'm gonna start right quick, and I'm gonna say this. And it's always been said that when you fast, you can hear God's voice more clearly, right? So, and this just dawned on me, and like God just gave me this second, right? Like, okay, well, it has to be that it was God's voice that I was constantly hearing, because like all throughout the day, I have been fasting over 12 hours now. And I'm steady hearing it like in my spirit, like get up and do this thing, get up and do this thing. And as I speak, I'm getting emotional. God knows. Anyway, I'll explain all that. But anyway, I'm steady hearing it, steady hearing it. It's like, okay, you delay it, you delay it. You say you don't want, you say you want to work on that. Stop delaying it and get up and do it, right? So it's like I'm steady getting confirmation. I don't know if you all familiar, but if we have a Timothy Do on here, he's always giving the word. I'm always watching this thing. So anyway, I just got the notification and it said, "Girl, get up," and I'm like, God is definitely speaking to me, so I got to get up and do this thing, okay? No matter what embarrassment may follow it, be attached to it, or whatever. You know what I mean? God say, just be transparent, be you, just be real, just do it all. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna let God lead in this one. You know what I mean? Like I always do, but it's like really, like God, if you want me to bawl like a baby, because I know I'm gonna get there. Because being transparent and being open, I'm gonna get there, okay? Because there's so much, whatever, and I'm trying to hurry up and so I can get to that point. But yeah, I have been hearing it all day. It's like God just steady been telling me, get up and make this live, get up and do this. I've been saying, and then with my introduction of my channel, I said that I will be sharing not only the word but also my own experience and different things or whatever. So this is definitely a big part of my experience or whatever. And I say, I said I want to share it, but then I always try to think or try to in my own mind. The word say, "Do not lean on your own understanding." But in my own mind, I'm trying to find the perfect timing, right? And I would say, "Well, no, I don't want to do it today because maybe the theme, right? The theme ain't about what this is about. It's not about the love. It's not about this and that, whatever." God said, "The theme is mine." This is what God said. So if he sets up the thing, he sets the tone, then we have to do accordingly. We have to follow his lead and follow what he wants, right? So it's like hands down, I can't fight no more. I can't fight no more. It's like, okay, God, I do this. So for the longest, I have been contemplating, you know what I mean, sharing more details about my book, as far as like just sharing the description, the synopsis, if you will, like what it's about, what made me write it, and all this stuff or whatever. So this is all God's doing. If you all see the title, "Love Like This," a God written love story, a God written love story. Okay, and I was like, when I first wrote it, so when I first started writing it, of course, I'm writing about, okay, it has to do with me meeting this guy, right? Well, in Kingdom Spouse Journeys, we like to say our person, okay? And when we say our person, that means that that's who God has ordained for us, okay? And I still be a little hesitant because, and I'll explain why, because God can do certain things in your life and open up doors and allow you to experience certain things or whatever, whatever, and it may not be what you think it is. Okay, so I think that my person is my person, and God may have something totally different. Okay, so but I don't want to lose thought. I don't want to lose thought. But yeah, so I would like say, "Oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to talk about it because I'm embarrassed." What if he end up not wanting me? What if he was just what they call that, like testing me, or it was like a trial? But you get what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like holding back because it may not be what I expected. I'll be telling people whatever my story or whatever, then it ends up not. But like I just said, God could have been taking me through these things or whatever just to prepare me for what's next. Okay. So God say, stop being embarrassed by that. It may be true, but stop letting that hold you back. Let me do this. God is going to do it. Okay. So that's another thing that brings me to this date, to this moment. I have to go ahead on and I have to share. And it's like, okay, God, let's oh, literally, I'm like, let's do it. I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So, embarrassed or not, whatever happens. Anyway, love like this, a God written love story. Let me go back a little bit. Yesterday, I went to my old neighborhood. I went to my old neighborhood. They're tearing down, building up. They got it all new or whatever. It's, they're beautifying it. So they're in the midst of the construction, whatever. So of course, as I look, I look down. I'm in the hospital and I'm looking down from April. I'm looking down and seeing the new pavement and everything, and I'm having flashback. I'm having memories, right? Reminiscing. And I think about when I met my person. Well, I started thinking about him. I was thinking about him like, wow. Just think, okay, he pulled up in my parking lot. I was living right over there, all that stuff or whatever. So I'm just picturing everything or whatever, not knowing that it will lead to something more or this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and like just reminiscing, just reminiscing. And what happened? So anyway, the rest of the day went on or whatever. I went to visit my friend in the hospital, like I said. Then I went to visit my other friend or friend. Okay, and I can talk about that later. But anyway, then like I said, a day going by, whatever. Last night, in prayer, I'm asking God to, of course, to lead, to do what He do, and like I said, I had opted to be a part of the fast, so I knew that I was going to be doing that today. So it's just a whole bunch of things just came to my, came to play, prayer and everything or whatever. So anyway, like I said, I'm fasting throughout this day, and it's like everything is just come to me so clearly as far as God saying, "Do this thing, be obedient, let Him do it, let Him work it out." So I can't be afraid. Like, okay, well, what if that don't work? What if it don't be what I think? Whatever. God say, "Let me do this. Whatever it's gonna be, let me do this." Okay, and I don't want to go into whatever because I go left field as far as like speaking about other suitors or whatever, whatever. God say, and this is the other suitors. I would not allow my attention or my heart or anything or whatever to get attached to anybody else, no matter how successful, no matter the looks, the potential or anything or whatever, because my person, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, God, do your thing. But anyway, getting back to like I said, I'm reminiscing and actually, Lord, chapter one is actually speaking about how we met, and I'm just gonna give you out just a little snippet, brief, But anyway, chapter one is serendipity. Y'all know serendipity is like out of the blue, like whoa, like how they say it's something that's really meant to be, or it's like out of the blue. What we would call what's the word? What's the word? Coincidence, right? What we say is coincidence. God say, okay, let me put my definition in it, right? So anyway, chapter one, serendipity. It happened when I wasn't even looking my best. These are my words, my voice, and I'm telling you, I was toe up. Okay, to me, I was toe up. Okay, and I just heard his voice, not God, sorry, but the person's voice. And I remember when I said that to him, and he was like, "Well, if you weren't looking like what, I wouldn't approach you." It's like, okay, so in my own mind, I was looking messed up, but you didn't think so. That's special to me. I say, lean not to your own understanding, right? So anyway, it happened when I wasn't even looking my best. In fact, I was looking like a mess, in my opinion. Y'all know the moms that pop up at the school with the rollers in the hair, with the rollers in her head. Y'all know the look, right? I had on some raggedy stretch pants, a raggedy wig, etc. I just wasn't looking like nothing. I wasn't really in the mood or mindset to attract the attention of a man, lol. Like I said, I was a mess. I saw him when he drove into my parking lot in this huge white SUV, driving slowly as he pulled in to park. I didn't look twice because, again, I wasn't looking so hot. So I didn't feel confident enough to even be nosy and peek into the window to see who was driving. And I'm not too big on flashy cars anyway, not since my younger days. So besides, I might have appeared to be materialistic, and I'm not. But y'all know how some females get the chicken neck syndrome. LOL. They get to look at her like, ooh, like, who's that driving that? Y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, back in my day, they teased them and they called them car booties or wheel watchers. Okay. So I continued to walk past as he was parking, which at that point, I didn't know if it was a male or a female driving the truck because, like I said, I didn't even look twice. I had just ordered my Lyft, my ride to go to the grocery store. I went and sat on the bench to wait for my ride to arrive. And just as I was about to wrap up my ankle, because I had a foot injury, y'all. Just as I was about to wrap up my ankle with the bandage, he pulled up on the side of me. And okay, I wouldn't say details. I said I had sprained my ankle earlier that month, and I was wearing a bandage, an ace bandage. I didn't want to miss my ride as I put it on. That's the reason why I chose to put it on while I was outside, so I can be able to see my ride come. Anyway, while I didn't want to put it while I was in the house. Something. I decided to put it on while I was outside. I said that already. He pulled up and asked me what was I up to, and given that I was a mess, I could only think one thing. I was like, but anyway, I could only think one thing. He thinks I'm a street girl or whatever. He wants to go and have some quick fun. So I'm like, I get puffed up and I'm like, I'm kind of like skipping a little bit. But anyway, let me get back. I had to get puffed up in order to act like I had an attitude because I didn't want him thinking that it was so sweet and easy to get me into his car. I was thinking to myself, like, oh, no, you don't. Don't do me. Just because I look raggedy, that don't mean I'm one of these street girls or whatever. Yeah, I talk like an old lady, street girl. Y'all know the can. I remember rolling my eyes as I responded, but I couldn't even appear to be so hard up. It was something about his voice. He didn't sound offensive, but again, you never know. So I attempted to keep my guards up and I sternly said, I'm on my way to the grocery store, hoping that if he was on some BS, then that would have turned him away. That didn't work. This man is persistent, I thought, because the next thing out of his mouth was, I'll take you. Okay, so my defense mode kicked in a little stronger because now I'm thinking that he thinks because he's in a big, nice, and flashy car looking like money that I'm going to just hop in the car with him. And boom, that's it. He thinks he can make his move on me, right? This is all this stuff going through my head. hmm So anyway, it was just all kinds of scenarios playing out in my head. I was a little irritated too because I literally thought this man was up to no good, and I didn't want no parts of what he was offering. I could have been right, but I guess I'll never know at this point. However, God had other plans. Anyway, I refused that offer and I told him that I had ordered my ride already and that I was okay. He insisted on me canceling the ride and allowed him to take me to the store instead. Needless to say, I refused the offer again. I refused it again. And coincidentally, in sync, we said it at the same time about exchanging numbers. So we both was like, okay, what's your number? I guess he was like, okay, then, what's your number? But I was like, what's your number? So we both said it at the same time, what's your number? Well, okay. So I slightly limped over to his truck, which was about maybe a foot away from the bench where I was sitting, because I don't like to yell out, especially on my personal information. Anyway, we introduced ourselves to each other by name and exchanged numbers. And as soon as we did, his friend, which was my neighbor at the time, he came out to meet him and talk with him as well. My ride pulled up, so everything it happened at the same time. Okay, that's chapter one. When I met, like I said, the chapter is entitled Serendipity. Serendipity. And then chapter two, which is it will start to get nice or whatever. So chapter two is Love at First Date. I'll be back to read Love at First Date with you all some other time. But yeah, the book is available on Amazon. You know, you can get it. It's in paperback form as well as ebook format. But Love Like This, a God written love story by yours truly, Tamara Jackson. And I'll read right quick. Said, Love Like This, a story of healing and transformation through love, an experience like a fairy tale. I share my details in my own words and my own voice, how God did it His way, and wrote me a love story fitting personally to me. This love, so profound, God intended for it to teach me and grow me, causing me to heal, excuse me, causing me to heal and follow my purpose. Amen. Tamara Pretty Baby Jackson, a Chicago native, small animal music lover. Music and movie. He got me so hooked on movies as well. I love movies already, but I watch movies with him every weekend. It was like, that's my person. But anyway, to me, Pretty Baby enjoys creating literary works such as spoken word, poetry, books, and other content. Pretty Baby is a very passionate individual who prides herself on growth, healing, and transformation, as she has previously struggled with the pain from her past involving abuse, trauma, homelessness, and more. It has been a long journey, in my words, it has been a long journey. However, Pretty Baby has defeated several odds in her life, overcoming obstacles and turmoil. She expresses her faith by reminding herself of God's grace. Without Him, I could do nothing. I would be nothing. God, with His goodness, has changed me and my heart by way of this connection. And it is my duty to help others to heal and transform too. God caught me off guard and gifted me far beyond my expectations. The Bible says he'll give us more than we ask for or even think. And now I know what true love looks like. Excuse me. And now I know what true love looks like. Love like this challenged me to go within and heal, to love myself more, to grow, and to have more compassion for others. My heart is ready. My heart is ready to love, and that's in any kind of way, romantically, agape, philos, which is brotherly love. It's just this love like this. I'm trying to tell y'all, and we'll get into more details or whatever. But it was more than just about the connection, okay? It was more than just about me meeting someone, but it's like the journey that I went on, throughout it or after it. You understand? And I'll get to that. Pretty Baby focuses on changing lives and being supportive one page at a time. Only God could bless me with a love like this. Only God could have done it. Only God could have done it. Right quick. I won't tell y'all everything, but I'll tell you why I say what I say. But anyway, within this book, on my journey, God had me to experience the connection, of course, and how they when they ghost you or whatever. So with the ghosting, I was pushed closer to God. Okay, so that came where I seen God's agape love for me. Okay, that's where I get the agape love as well. So it's like, okay, well, I see that in a manner. Yeah, so now I'm more open. I'm more in tune. I'm more patient. More loving, more understanding, more gentle, more soft spoken, and just, you know what I mean? I used to didn't be that way, what I'm saying? Not like right before I met him, what I was out, but over the years I had became so angry. I was so hurt. I was so lost. I was so confused. I was just going through. Thus, my diagnosis. Yes, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, with BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. You know what I'm saying? Then I had the PTSD, which is post traumatic stress disorder. You know what I'm saying? So I was going through all these things, and then there's some more stuff or whatever. So my mood was never stable. I was always all over the place or whatever. And again, like I said, God knows my experiences. He knows exactly what I need. So even on the surface, if I'm healed or look to be healed, where or I know how to conduct myself in a certain setting. I know how to treat people respectful and this and that, whatever. And I did. But God said you did not experience it. What is the word? On the deep. So God allowed me to experience this journey so that it could get deep within me and get to the inner man and really touch the places that he needed to touch. And it's like, wow. So I'm telling y'all, this experience has been so, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, wow, God, whoa, you know what I mean? But yeah, so get y'all a copy if you will, okay? Tamara Jackson, Love Like This, a God written love story. And when I say a God written love story, it's truly a God written love story because, like I said, it took me through some everything. I learned it all. I learned it all because of this connection or after this connection or within this connection. But anyway, God do things. So I don't know how to word it, but it was God's doing. So yeah, it's because of the connection. That's the best way I can put it. The best way I can say. But yeah, so agape, like I said, patient, understanding, all that stuff or whatever. Also in these pages, you'll see how God revealed to me how I needed to heal from abandonment issues because of when my dad died when I was like 9 years old or whatever, I was still suffering from that and didn't realize it. You understand? So God allowed this connection to take place because this connection, this guy is old enough to be my daddy. Okay. And it's like, yeah, age ain't nothing but a number. I just look at love. I just look at the person. I just look at the personality. I look at the genuine. I look at what's behind. You know what I'm saying? So it's more than surface level. God allowed me to experience love on deeper than a surface level, if you will. That's my best way that I can explain it. Okay, hello everybody. But yeah, so yeah, he took me through it and allowed me to experience it. I think so. Again, when I say God ordained, okay, maybe not God ordained spouse, maybe God's gonna bring them back into my life. I don't know. And it's like I'm just at this point, I'm more focused on God. I have a better relationship with God, which is what I'm sure God wanted me to do, where He wanted me to be, should I say? But definitely everything happened for a reason. But Jesus, He did it. You know how Doris say, we did it. He did it. God did that. Okay, what is it? God did his big one. And I know he got so much more, but yes, y'all. And like I said, I will always keep on holding back and not sharing this because of how can the sake or say this, yeah, the sake of saving face. I don't want to be embarrassed or whatever. God say this is my thing. This ain't even about you. Step back. You know how to say what who is that? I think it's T.I. say get out. Anybody, my daughter says she's like get out the way. Everybody move out the way. God said get out the way. This ain't even about you. This is my story. Did you see? Did you read it? It say a God written love story. God wrote it. Okay, God wrote this. You just a vessel. You just a tool. You just yeah. So I'm all eager. I'm like, okay, God, let's do it. Let's do it. Y'all, listen. Earlier, when I was contemplating, like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the lab or whatever. As he was showing me things. Oh my God, I was bawling like a baby. I mean, I'm talking about the snot cry. You know, the one lady, Latoya Okia, that's my girl. She said, you're falling up against the wall doing an ugly cry. You know what the ugly cry is? The ugly cry is when it all just come out. I'm talking about snot and tears and slobber and I was going there. I was because it's like Jesus. I throw up my hands. I throw up my hands. God, I surrender. I surrender. You know what I mean? I can't sugarcoat it. I can't cover this thing up. I can't, you know what I'm saying, nitpick and tippy toe. I can't do that. You can't do that. When you letting God lead, when you in the will of God, when you being real about this thing, when you being authentic, you can't do that. God won't allow you to do that. He won't let him make it so hard for you. You understand what I'm saying? You be trying to hold back tears, trying to keep a straight face, like, oh yeah. But before you know it, you're crying. You're crying like a baby, God. I know I hear you. I hear you. You crying like a baby. You can't control it. Or sometimes you may even be trying to cry. I've seen some people trying to cry. And God say, nope, your heart ain't in it. Nope, it ain't time for you to cry. Nope, hold them tears back. You understand what I'm saying? But baby, I was bawling. Okay. I was like, oh, and then like I said, oh, I can't make this. Oh, I can't make this up. It's like confirmation just be around me, all around me. I hear this, I see that. I can watch a TV commercial and then there's some numbers, there's some letters, there's a name. Oh my God. God said, I want you to keep the hope. Keep the hope. God keep allowing me to see his name. I miss him so much. I miss him so much, but I know that this is my season. I have to. We in separation, and I just have to just let it be. And in my separation, God say work. And my work consists of me continue to grow, me continue to focus on God, me continue to be ready for whatever it is that He has for me, whatever it is that He got coming to me, be in church, start ministry, whatever it is. I just have to focus on God and do what He wants me to do. But I know that this is not for not, you know what I mean? It wasn't just for nothing, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it taught me a lesson. It taught me one of my greatest lessons. And then I keep thinking about, back to my childhood, different things that I experienced and everything or whatever. So I know it's God. It's God's doing, y'all. It's God's doing. So I just have to let that be. Excuse me. Oh my God, I should have got me a some napkins or whatever. Oh, y'all, excuse me. But yeah, God sir, don't hold back. You know, that was one of my biggest things. I would always hold back because of fear. I remember I was watching, not remember because it's not like it was long ago, but just the other night I was on live with a friend of mine. He's a pastor. Jeez. Woo, Lord. Glory to God. And that pastor, I won't reveal everything now, but that pastor is in the scenery, okay? If that makes sense to y'all. God did it. God just did that. But anyway, I was watching this live, and the title for his show for his podcast that night that he was doing live on Facebook is "Take Heart, Take Heart." We gotta be brave. And God just allowed me to see this. Y'all see these hearts in the background? They're all over my room. I got hearts hanging all up here. I decorated for mm, I can't make this up. I can't make this up, God. I believe I put these decorations up. Well, it was the week of Valentine's Day. I know that, and I don't know if it's the 13, but 13 is a number that's huge in my life right now, right? So anyway, like I said, the podcast was Take Heart, and as I look around, there's a bunch of hearts around or whatever. God say, time to be courageous. He say, be strong and courageous. Have I not commanded thee? Can't make it up. I cannot make it up. Wow. Do y'all see that? Jesus. So I would always hold back on doing things, sharing things, saying things, or whatever, because I'm afraid of how people may take it, what people will believe or what they will say, what they think, you know what I mean? But God said, you got to get up out of that. You got to get up out of that. I command you, you got to get up out of that. So I'm listening, I hear, and gradually I am definitely getting there. That's definitely the direction that I'm going. Y'all see that though? I just mentioned that about take heart and mm. True enough, my heart's been up, but I had never even considered those things. Oh my God. Anyway, y'all know what? I'm about to I'm gonna have me a moment. But I don't want to do it here. So let me try to get back ground and get back focused. But I already know God gonna keep on bringing it back to me, okay? Because that's what He do. That's what He do. I was like I mentioned, I was around my previous neighbors or whatever yesterday. Like I said, person I would call myself consider as a friend or whatever. But now it's like God is like removing the veil and allowing me to see some things that I was refusing to see, or I kept on turning my head, or kept on trying to downplay it and act like it ain't. Oh, it's just me. It's just all in my head. It's just me. But no, I seen it because I'm in definitely a sober mindset. And when I say sober, I don't mean like not using drugs, not drinking, or none of that. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that me being on this side of the my Christian walk, Christian experience, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now I see the demons for who they are. You know what I mean? When they backbiting or talking or saying some underhanded stuff or whatever, you're supposed to be my friend. Why are you saying that to me? Why are you acting like that? But see, I would used to like kind of like shun it off, shush. Let them say brush it off, laugh it off, like oh, it's no big deal. But now I see it for what it is. It's still not a big deal. I'm not gonna allow it to, like deter me, rattle my spirit. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not doing nothing. But I'm gonna let you know this. I do see you. I do see you. And I put up a thing. I think it was TikTok saying that God will allow you to go around your old friends, your old people, old places, old situations, whatever, so that you can get your last taste, which, like I said, it should be the last taste. You can get that taste of what you've been, I ain't gonna even say what you've been missing, because not missing as in mourning, but missing as in not being around it. You know what I'm saying? So you're not seeing it every day. So now it's gonna hit you different, right? So now it's like, okay, I'm around it, and she said certain things or whatever. And I'm like, and thinking back on the videos or whatever I had recently been, watching whatever. If they act this way, or whatever, then you better know there's some underlying envy. There's this and that, whatever. So anyway, my story is God would allow you to go around some things so that you can get a taste of it, so that you can experience and so that you can know this is not what you want to be around. So now that I have a different mindset and I'm walking differently, and it's like, okay, no, I see that. Now I see what it is, because every time I do this, you doing that. Every time I say something about myself, you comparing. Every time you do, it's like you secretly competing against me. I don't need no friends like that. I don't need that. And I'm going to say, I don't know where I'm going with this. No reason why I brought that up is because that made me actually say something. I didn't get vulgar. I didn't get belligerent. I didn't get ignorant. I didn't get wild. I didn't get offended. But I felt it and I spoke my mind. Usually, like I just said a minute ago, I would turn my head, I would shush it out, brush it out, like, no, yesterday I had to say something, because it's like, no, I'm tired. Let me tell you something. No, you could do XYZ, whatever, don't have nothing to do with me, boo, boo, boo. Yes, I go to church and I have to make an announcement, y'all, because I guess it's I don't know. I don't know, like a thing, a discussion or whatever, because every now and then I hear people, yeah, I heard you say, yes, I'm in church. So before I left the building, I made a huge PA. I'm in church. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, I am. And I don't have nothing to do with nobody else. Let me do me. Because you said something like, I'm not going to change. You don't have to change, sweetheart. Let God change you if that be the case. I haven't changed either. I do things differently, and it is what it is. Why do people be mad at you for making the decision that you want to make about your life, with your life? When you want to do something differently, whatever, come on now. If they want to continue to smoke, go to the casino, you know what I'm saying, drink, do whatever they want to do. And I'm speaking in general. When people want to do what they want to do, that's their business. Let them live their lives how they will. But why? Why? Certain people, and I'm speaking about myself. Why do they got a problem with me making the decisions that I make for me? Well, why? Because I'm not following behind you. I'm not in your shadow no more. I'm not going along with what you say. No. So anyway, I had to shut that enemy down. And it's like, you surprised. So I found my breakthrough. I took heart, in other words. I took heart, okay? So it's like I said, whereas I usually wouldn't say anything, like whatever, because I didn't let things bother me. Like whatever. But now it's like, okay, I see you trying to come at me. No, 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 no. Let me stop this right now. Let me say this. And that's just that. So I took heart, and it's like, okay, okay. God say do that in all scenarios. Okay. When it's time to defeat the enemy, put the enemy in his place, check the enemy. Be brave about it. Be brave about it. And I know I'm talking to somebody out there too. Be brave about it. Okay? No, no. Don't let them run over you. Okay? Don't let them misuse you. Don't let them take advantage of you. You know how they say you take my kindness for weakness? Okay? You being kind, that's the thing. I be kind because that's just in me. I love to be kind. I love to make people smile. I love to make people feel welcome. I just love it. I love to love. If anybody know me, if y'all follow me on Facebook, or I don't think it's in my description on TikTok, but a lot of times wherever I go, I just say I love, love, and that's my story. I love love. I love to love. I love to be loved. You know what I'm saying? All the time it's not reciprocated, but that don't stop me. You know, like the Bible say, do not grow weary in well doing. Just because they're not reciprocating, that don't mean that you will have to give it up and change and say, you know what, I'm gonna be spiteful just like them. I ain't gonna say hi. I ain't gonna do that. I got this one guy, speaking of saying hi. This one guy is my neighbor. Walk past him like every other day or whatever, or whenever I see him, you know, and I could tell he kind of one of those people, you know. B to the I to the G, y'all know the rest. But anyway, I speak to him all the time or whatever, and as he walking past me, I can see him staring at me, right? So then I look up, and then we both connected eye contact, and he's staring at me like I'm like, "Hello, good morning." He, hey, mm, nah. Okay. I'm sorry that you don't like my kind, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. But hello, good morning. I'm still gonna spread that love. I'm still gonna be vibrant. I'm still gonna be sociable. I'm still gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna walk in this walk. I'm still gonna do it, you know? Thank God. Oh my God, I keep on going through stuff or whatever, but it's like, okay, I already know how the enemy work. And I'm just gonna like, go on, brush your shoulders off. What Jay Z say? Go on, brush your shoulders off. Listen, God, you got this. I know you got this, cause I'm gonna need a little help over here. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I had to like I said, share some details from my book. Share my book. I hope that I've gotten it all, but like I said, right quick, I'm gonna say love like this, not a love like this. Love like this, a God written love story is more than just about a man and a woman connection, etc. It's not what it may appear to be. It's just that this is what it started out. Okay, it's because of that connection that I had all the other experience. Like I said, a story of healing and transformation through the experience of love. Okay, and like I say, that's love in all ways. Okay, romantically, agape love, which is godly love, philos love, which is brotherly love. So you know how the Bible says, "Love thy neighbor." Yes, that's that brotherly love. Yes, I love my neighbors. I love them. You know what I'm saying? Yes, people can still rub me the wrong way, and yes, I know how to keep it moving, high back, keep on going. People are so mad at me at where I live because I do just that. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not bothering you. I'm not stepping on your toes. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, bringing down your house. I'm not doing anything. I'm just living my life. And that's the way that this should be, okay? But I encourage y'all, you know what I'm saying? I encourage everybody. In fact, you know what I'm saying? I just, listen, it's God's light that's shining through me. This ain't my light, my own. This ain't my life, my own, okay? God, this this is God, baby. And I pray all the time, let them see your glory through me. And know that it's you, even the words say, let your gift shine through me. Let me work for you, that they will know that it is God, okay? So that people will know that it is God. Man, I don't know why, but this just came up right quick. It's like it's so much evil in the world. It's so much darkness. I mean, people even outright just coming out talking about um Satanists, you know, or they worship the devil. Again, to each his own. But it's like, come on now. It's like the whole world, all y'all really? That's what y'all, for real. After all that God has done for us, you want to turn your back and betray him like that. Wow, Jesus. Whoa. Woe to them. Anyway, y'all, I know that I'm always just talking. So, like I always say, and like I put in the description, I want to get out my message first before I acknowledge who might be in the room, in the chat, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I do easily get distracted and I can afford that. I don't want that to happen, okay? So, anyway, right quick, I'm going to see. Hello. Hey, baby. Thank you, Tartil, around. And I know you may not still be here, but you know, and maybe you'll watch this at a later time, okay? Hey Brittany, thank you for coming. Hey Eka, I think I'm saying it right. Okay, let me see. Let me go back up, see who I missed. Hey Nurella. Tartio. Oh, he was steady. She, whatever state trying to get my ticket. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's what I say. You know, when I come to deliver a message, I want to make sure that I get my message out. And sometimes, most of the time, whatever. So far, up until today, I would always have like a word to share with you all, like a scripture or something or whatever. And wherever else it lead me, wherever God lead me, because again, God is leading me. But anyway, but I want to get my messages out before I, take some what they call leisure time or whatever, and try to address you out. So please don't think that I'm being like that I'm ignoring you, okay? Because I'm not ignoring you, not at all. Can you get a shout out, Tartil? Am I saying that right? Sure, you can get a shout out. May God bless you. May God be with you. You know what I mean? Keep your head up and be strong in the Lord. Do what you do, okay? Whatever you're doing, I love it. Show me, you know what I'm saying? Show me that you're there, first of all. If you're there and have some patience or whatever, I definitely get to you. I definitely acknowledge you. Shout out, whatever. If there's no big I, you know what I mean? And no little you or whatever. We're all the same. God love us all. Okay. God is not a respecter of person. So listen, I'm nobody. I'm just a vessel and I'm being used and I'm gonna do what it is my father want me to do first and foremost. Okay. But yeah, by all means, much love. For real, for real, for real. Much love. We need more love in this world. We I can't talk. Excuse me. We need more love, more presence of love, okay? So by all means, anybody, you're welcome, you know what I'm saying? Say hi, um, um, uh, eh, do whatever, drop a question if you have questions. I would love that. Anybody have questions, ask me the question and I answer it to the best of my ability, okay? I don't know everything, I don't have all the answers, but I do my best, you know what I mean? I'm a realist, I'm down to earth, I'm still me. I'm still me. That just made me think about, like I said yesterday. I'm just gonna say she. Of course, I don't drop names, but she was like, what did she say? Something because it was talk. It was a talk about, oh, you go to such and such a church now? Yeah, I do. She's like, well, I ain't going to church. And she always said that, well, I ain't going to church. I don't care. I ain't going to church, and I'm not gonna change. Where that come from? Where that come from? What do you mean you're not gonna change? That's the part that got me, and it hurt my feelings. I'm like, oh, but I changed. Y'all say I changed. I'm still me. I'm still me. Now it may be some things that I don't do. I may not be as vulgar, cussing as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? And cut down. No, no, ain't gonna say cut down, way, way down on smoking the weed. Every now and then I may have a desire, and then I smoke. Lord, yeah, and I'm like, then I smoke, and then it's like something will happen. It's like, and then I end up throwing it away. I've been to throw away dang near a whole dub, which is $20 worth. But I would keep doing it. And it's like I done lost so much money on weed, and I ain't talking about smoking it up, but yeah, that flush it down the toilet. So anyway, it's not for me. So yeah, okay, God deliver me, okay, and He will. He is. He get me to that point. But anyway, I may not drink no more. I may not hang out. I may not do a whole lot of things. You know what I'm saying? No more because I know what I need to do in order to better myself. Okay, but baby, if it's about you just want to be stuck in whatever mess you in or whatever, so that's the reason why you won't give your life to God. You won't talk to God. You won't pray. You won't do that. That's on you. That's not. Don't have nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But you still love. You don't have to be miserable. You don't have to be demeaning. You don't have to be, what I'm saying, arrogant, sarcastic, hurtful. You don't have to be that way. You don't have to be that way. But again, to each his own, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, hey, don't come for me. Don't come for me. I'm definitely gonna refrain or try my best to refrain from going there, but and that's the reason why I don't hang around people. I can't because I know people would push me. You know what I'm saying? They would push certain buttons because just think if somebody constantly doing that all day long, you might get tired, And it's like no, 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 and you might go back. But see, I can't risk that. I can't afford that because again, my love is for God. My focus is on God, and that's what I want to do. This is by choice. This is not forced. This is all while I was coming up. When since I was a child, it would be I won't say well sometimes forced, but it's input into you. It's, oh, you got to go to church. I'm making you go to church. I'm doing this and that or whatever. Okay, thank God that happened, because as a child you don't have control. You know what I mean? You can't make your decision. But I'm glad that it happened. You understand? Because now that I'm older, as the Bible says, train up a child in the way that he should go. And when he get older, the word, it will not depart from him. So now what will happen to me as a child, in that sense, now I'm older and now I'm living in, and like I said, it's my choice. I desire. God, yeah, give me more of you. Give me more of you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just don't know what to say. The bliss, the bliss, the bliss. It don't only have to be ignorance, because when they say ignorance is bliss, it don't have to be ignorance, but the bliss, the bliss, the bliss, the bliss, the bliss and the bliss. Okay, but y'all, I feel good. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, sun going down. So it's about that time. Hallelujah. I just thank God because He gave me strength, pulling me through this. Not only this, but in my walk period, God's giving me strength and bringing me through. He's bringing me through. It may not be for everybody. Therefore, that's why I don't try to force anything on nobody. And you know how they say, be a Bible toter. Or I'm gonna preach to you day in, day out, sun up, sundown, whatever. No, I may share a couple of words with you, and then I keep it moving. Even as Jesus said, if they don't receive you, shake the dust from your feet. Now, a lot of times maybe they will receive. A lot of times maybe they won't. I don't know, but I just have to live my life, right? And again, I'm a realist. You know, I have not changed. You know what I mean? Like I told her, you know, I'm still the same silly me. I'm down to earth. I'm still me. I think I'm still me. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's me. That's still me. I'm still me. You know. So I don't get why people do that. But anyway, I don't have to do X, Y, Z, and it is what it is, and I feel good about it. I don't feel bad for not, doing X, Y, Z or making the choices for somebody else or whatever. I feel good about the choice that I made for my life. Okay, for my life. Okay, and again, I encourage anybody else or whatever. If it's for you, then hey, take heed, take a hold, and do it. But if it's not for you, then it's not for you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But anyway, y'all, I thank y'all again for tuning in to another segment of Message 10. And I want to make sure that I get it out on it. Let me give y'all a scripture right quick before I go. Okay? This I didn't have anything in particular picked out, but so I guess I'll just pick up the first thing that comes to mind or catches me, because God knows that somebody needs something, right? Okay. Uh, um, I know. I'm supposed to be asking God. God, give me something to give them. Okay. I'm just opening the page, and this page is Psalm 33. Okay. It says, "Rejoice in the Lord, O ye righteous, for praise is comely for the upright. Praise the Lord with harp, sing unto him with the psaltery, and an instrument of 10 strings. Sing unto him a new song." Y'all up. I have to pause. I'm gonna have to go back and start over, right? But it's like I'm feeling some type of way as I read, like, really, God is so real, y'all. Y'all see this? I'm sitting here, and I was at the front of the Bible. I say I usually have God. I ask God to lead, so I close my eyes. Y'all witnessing now? I say, God, give me something to give them. I don't have my pages marked, although I have my tassel thing, but it's in the back. So I just put my hand in the middle of the page and open up. And this is exactly what God led me to. And how I was just saying about being, making my decisions. This is what I want to do. And like I said, this is my desire. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Psalm 33. Rejoice in the Lord, O ye righteous, for praise is comely for the upright. Praise the Lord with harp. Sing unto him with the psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings. Sing unto him a new song. Play skillfully with a loud noise. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth. He loveth righteousness and judgment. The earth is full of the goodness of the Lord. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them by the breath of his mouth. He gathereth the waters of the sea together as an heap. He layeth up the death in the storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance. The Lord looketh from heaven. He beholdeth all the sons of men. God see everything. From the place of his habitation, he looketh upon all the inhabitants of the earth. He fashioneth their hearts alike. He considereth all their works. There is no king save by the multitude of an host. The king that was selected, right? A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. An horse is a vain thing for safety. Neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Be basically a horse can't do it. God do it, right? The horse can't even deliver you. Yeah. But anyway, behold. Did I read that? Okay, yeah. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. Our soul waited for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. Now, I know that may not be exactly pertaining to everything that I said. Watch my time. But they may not be pertain to exactly everything that I said, but it's in the neighborhood, as I heard somebody say earlier. You're in the neighborhood, okay? So God, like I said, He led me there, and I'm going to read it again when and some more long time or whatever when I'm off of here, or whatever. But anyway, God know who need it. So again, that's Psalm 33. Go back and read it again for yourself, because I'm definitely am. Okay. But yeah, I can't make it up, y'all. Y'all seen it for yourself. Okay. God is real and God is too good. Okay. Yes. So thank y'all for tuning in, Message 10. And once again, we are gonna do it again. Okay. Thank y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Okay. See you later. Peace.